You know that feeling, right? The daily grind? That slow, frustrating crawl in traffic? The smog you can practically taste in the air? It feels like our cities are just struggling to breathe. But what if I told you this isn't some unavoidable accident? What if we actually designed our cities to fail like this? Let's get into it. Okay, take a look at this. This happens to be Mexico City, but honestly, it could be so many other cities around the world. And this isn't just a pretty or, well, not so pretty picture. It's a massive economic problem. That smog, it represents lost time, wasted fuel, huge public health bills. It's the real, visible price we pay for all this congestion.
So that begs the question, why? Why are our cities seemingly built for traffic jams? Well, the truth is, for decades, we've been trying to solve the wrong problem. See, this isn't just what happens when cities grow. No, this is a direct result of the choices we've made and how we design them.
All right, so to figure out how to get out of this mess, we first have to really understand the design choices that got us here. And it all starts with a huge misunderstanding of what a city's transportation system is even for. And here's the absolute heart of the problem. For the better part of a century, the main goal has been moving cars around as quickly as possible. Not people, cars. We've measured success by things like traffic flow, just assuming that what's good for cars must be good for the people inside them. Turns out, that assumption is just deeply, fundamentally flawed. And this picture just says it all, doesn't it? This is downtown Atlanta. Just look at all that valuable real estate. It's not for homes or parks or businesses. It's just for storing empty metal boxes. It's kind of wild when you think about it. In some U.S. cities, like Houston, parking lots can take up over half of the entire downtown area. It's a landscape built for cars, not for people.
And the costs go way beyond just wasted land, right? We lose countless hours of our lives just sitting in traffic. We end up paying way more for public health, not just from the pollution, but because this whole design encourages us to be less active. Our streets stop being places for community and become just channels for machines. And tragically, we also accept a much higher human cost from accidents.
Okay, so that's the problem. But here's the good news. There is a much better way to do this. It just requires a huge shift in how we think, from a car-first model to a people-first one. So let's dive into what that actually looks like. The new goal isn't just how fast can we move cars. It all comes down to one word: accessibility. The real purpose of a transportation network is to connect people to the places they need to go. Can you get to your job easily, the grocery store, a doctor's office? That is the true measure of a great system. Now just look at the contrast here. It's incredible. On the left, you've got a city designed for cars. On the right, a city designed for people. In Atlanta, you pretty much need a car for everything. But in Hong Kong, because of its dense, mixed-use design, everything you need is right there. These are the results of two completely different ways of thinking about cities. And here's what that looks like in practice. In the middle of Hong Kong, a whopping 85% of all trips are made on public transport. I mean, just think about that for a second. It's a city that works, that thrives, without everyone having to depend on a private car. So how in the world do you get to a number like that? Well, the answer definitely isn't just building more and more roads. We've seen that usually just creates more traffic. The real secret sauce is intelligently connecting how we use our land with how we plan our transportation, right from the very start. So let's break down the first big strategy for making this happen. It's a really simple but incredibly powerful idea. Let's reduce the need to travel so much in the first place by just bringing things closer together. This is often done through a concept called transit-oriented development, or TOD for short. The whole idea is to build communities that have a mix of housing, shops, and offices, all designed to be super walkable and centered around a really good public transit stop, like a train or a metro station. And this illustration shows you exactly how it works. You see the public transport hub right there in the middle. Then, spreading out from it, you've got offices, stores, public spaces, and housing, all within about a 10-minute walk. The whole neighborhood is designed for people on foot or on bikes, with cars taking a back seat. And the benefits are just amazing. Studies have shown that a well-designed TOD can literally cut car use per person in half. And because families don't have to spend as much on cars and gas, they can save around 20% of their income. It's a win for the planet, a win for the city, and a direct financial win for the people who live there. And hey, this isn't just some drawing in a textbook. This is a real place in Walnut Creek, California. You can see the people, the public spaces, the mix of homes and businesses, all built around easy access to transit. It's a place designed for human connection, not just for moving cars.
But, getting things closer together is only part of the puzzle. You also have to give people a bunch of high-quality, efficient, and affordable ways to get around that don't involve a private car.
Let's talk about bang for your buck for a second. A 2-lane highway can move maybe 2,000 people an hour, and it costs $5,000 to $10,000 per person of capacity to build. A simple bike path? It can move 3,500 people an hour for about $30 per person. The numbers, they really do speak for themselves. We are spending a fortune on our least efficient systems.
And it's not just bikes. Take a look at what a really good bus system can do. A bus rapid transit system, or BRT, which uses its own dedicated lanes, can move tens of thousands of people an hour. Bogotá's Transmilenio system is kind of the gold standard here. It has a capacity that's as good as many metro systems, but it costs a fraction of the price to build.
And you see these kinds of solutions popping up all over the globe. You've got the game-changing BRT in Bogotá that totally transformed the city. And then you've got Paris, where their Vela bike-sharing system is used by up to 150,000 people every single day. There's no one magic bullet, but there's a whole toolkit of options.
So when you put it all together, that power of proximity and all these different transport options, you get something really special. You get a truly connected city, a city that actually works for everyone. There's this fantastic quote from Enrique Peñalosa, the visionary former mayor of Bogotá, that just nails this whole idea. He said, "A developed country isn't a place where the poor have cars. It's where the rich use public transportation." That's the goal, to make our public spaces and transit so good that even people who could afford a car choose not to use it. And this image from Barcelona, this is what we're aiming for. It's just a seamless connection. You see the metro entrance, the bike parking, the wide sidewalks for people to walk. It all just works together. It's safe, it's efficient, and you know what? It's beautiful. It's a space that makes being in a city a better experience. So this brings it all back home, to our own communities. Building a better city isn't just a job for the experts. It really starts with us, reimagining the streets and spaces we use every single day. So I'll leave you with this. If you could take back one street in your town from being all about cars and give it back to people, which street would you choose and what would you want it to become?